As Virgo season slowly but surely creeps upon us, I'm reminded that I love to pick up a theme for my new year. This milestone year, I am going for the theme of just stepping outside of my comfort zone. YASGRL sent me this beautiful curly bob with the highlight, and she's definitely out of my comfort zone, and I'm definitely embracing her. She's absolutely gorgeous, and she's set as a side part. Today, I'll be styling her in a beginner-friendly way, and you'll see all of the steps. This one is 100% glueless, and she's absolutely gorgeous. So, if you're interested in seeing how I got this look, keep on watching. Okay, jumping right into the install. Let's slow it down so I can show you a really good look at what this wig looks like straight out of the box. Here's a look at the inside construction of the cap. This wig is set as a side part, so when you put it on perfectly, it'll have a perfect side part. And then also it comes with the adjustable elastic band. I'm going to go ahead and set it up for my own head size and put her on. And this is what she looks like on. So when you pull her back, she's absolutely sexy. She's a vibe. She's out of my comfort zone, but she's for sure a vibe. Here's a close-up of that side part I spoke of. Here's a look at the wig from the back. I love the length on this one. I also love the highlight detail. It definitely gives a great quality and not just thrown together. So one of the key things with side part wigs is to make sure that you have your placement correctly. You want to make sure your wig cap is behind your hairline, or basically behind the cap line as best as possible. Kind of make sure that your side part is perfectly centered to your liking, and then just make sure that everything is like pushed back perfectly, because sometimes it's very easy to make it come a little bit too forward, which you'll see me adjust throughout the video. So this is the brush I'm going to be using today, and it's from Target. It's a Conair brush. I like this one because it's a little bit different than the Denman brush. The Denman brush tends to clump your curls together, and this one kind of like pulls them apart, if you will, and makes the hair bigger in a way. My mom used to call these types of wigs brush, so that's exactly what I'll call it. I went ahead and detangled, and as you guys can see, the highlight really projects when you do so. Here, I'm just going ahead and stamping out a piece of baby hair. Because this one is going to be a glueless install and we're not going to bond her down at all, I want to make sure that both sides of the wig kind of marry together with baby hair. I did go ahead and spray it down just a little bit for the comb out process, and here I am doing the dynamic duo just to stamp out the parting a little bit better and make it more defined. You guys know this is my jam, and for some reason this just gives me more of a finished look. I don't know what it is and I can't explain it, but without this step, no matter how much I wet it down, no matter how much the parting is perfect or how much my product is going for me, that little step right there just makes it look a lot more like crisp and finished, if you will. So I'm going to start off with the failed baby hair. So I did the baby hair twice. Here I just kind of sectioned it out, and I used my edge control from bedeck.com to kind of just go ahead and swoop it, and it just wasn't giving. It just was giving a little bit ghetto and ratchet. So I just went back to the drawing board and cut it super short, and this definitely was perfect. So I went super short, maybe like half to a 1/4 inch small, and then I took a technique where I'm kind of like fanning the baby hair out, so it's perfectly going in all directions. So in the top it's going towards the opposite way, and the bottom is going that way, and in the middle it's kind of perfectly fanning out to be the perfect like transition from like my forehead to the lace, especially because this one is 100% glueless. It took a minute to get there, and it was a little bit frustrating. If you find yourself getting frustrated with your baby hair or any step in the process, go ahead and take a break. A key thing also is to add a melt belt and kind of let it just like set on its own, and then come back in and touch it up even more. Once I finished that step, we went in with the mousse, and I'm just kind of trying to find my way with the front. It kind of was giving like a lot of hair in the face, so I wanted to train the hair to kind of just be like in my face, but kind of just not in my eyes so much. So I used the mousse and a baby hair brush to kind of like set it a little bit. And now I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to take a little bit of product. I didn't want super wet curly hair because, you know, we've done that a million times and it's super predictable. Lately, I've been more so into like the drier curls. So I didn't want to like wet it down. The curls cream, I forget what it's called, paired with the Nairobi mousse gave such a good combination where I just had a generous amount to my hand, add a little mousse to kind of stretch it and make it a little bit more wet, and I applied it to a section and it gave the perfect amount of moisture without giving me the wet look that I definitely did not want today. And you guys can see how much this defined the curls, and did I mention it smells amazing? You want to focus your product on the ends because that tends to be the driest area in your wigs, and then also just going in and making sure that again that I'm making sure that the hair is not too heavy in my face, but I also want it in my face, if that makes any sense. So I want the full side part look with it being in your face. But again, I'm a mom, so I don't want it in my face. It's also hot out these days, so I don't want to deal with it being like all the way in my face and getting on my nerves. And I think I did a great job of just making sure it kind of stayed to the side. Now we're going to finish it off with a little bit of a lace tint. We don't have really lace in the hairline today, so we're just going more so for the parting. And I did use that Chi concealer that I love so much. I believe I used the color Warm Sand, and it was the perfect color for today. Also went in with that same edge control I used before, and I used it for my edges to make sure those matched the whole process. And this was the finished look. I believe this one has the perfect length, the perfect amount of highlight so that it's not too much. Here is a look at the packaging as well as the goodies they provided. YASGRL has this good yellow gold look going, and it just is so good. This is the dust bag they provided, and it's nice and a good quality. Also, they gave me not one but 2 packs of wig caps in 2 different colors, so that was a plus. Then they also gave me this translucent, or is it translucent? Translucent, I think it's the color that I'm talking about, bag, and it has all of these beautiful goodies inside. We got our milk belt in here that you can use to go ahead and secure your wig, a piece of elastic that you can use for many different reasons. Also, these 2 cute little clips, and then this baby hair brush. All of these goodies were much appreciated. Here is a close-up of the look. It came out absolutely gorgeous. You can definitely go big hair with this one. You can go super defined curly. You can diffuse it, or many different options. I have a link to her in the description box. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Smooches!